Hi, this is Angelina, and today we're back with the episodes on the health scenes, right? Um, Previously, I have stopped the health scenes explanation with the 10 meritorious deeds that will prevent us from falling into hell, but I stopped that Helsing's talk during the 7th Hungry Ghost month because it's a busy month. So now we shall continue, right? And most of you, those who have been watching my videos, you realize that I've already started with the Infinite Lifetime Sutra videos. So those will be continuously produced, the Dhamma Talks, and they will be posted every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Malaysia time, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Beijing time, 6 p.m. Tuesdays. All right, so now we shall continue with this Helsing's talk. I will try to have the Helsing's talk every week as well, just to be able to cover the topics more extensively and more detailed. Okay, so previously we have stopped at the practice of the 10 evil deeds leading to suffering in hell. That's why we went into elaboration of the 10 good deeds. So now if we do not realize the need to practice good deeds, or we choose to ignore the law of cause and effect, then when we are taken by the judge of impermanence, we are standing by the gates of hell, then it will be too late for us to regret. Okay, indeed it will be too late to regret, because you have extinguished your this physical appearance, where you can make good use of this physical appearance as a tool for you to do good deeds, to elevate yourself. But instead you have chosen the path of maliciousness and brought yourself to the gates of hell. So too late to regret. Now the judge is here to try us. Okay, it's like waking up from a dream. All actions done in one's life will be judged after one's death. Okay, so the kings of soldiers in the hells manifest from our karma. All right, in a lot of religious texts you will be able to see that there are descriptions of heaven and earth, how heaven looks like, how the deities looks like, how those gods and goddesses look like, how heaven feels like. That some people actually conjure the images of heaven or hell based on the religious text and translate them into scenes in movies, you know. Not wrong. Okay, not wrong. But we have to understand, ultimately the conjurance of whether it is a hell or a heaven is actually based on our own karma. Okay, previously I believe I've already told the story of that magistrate judge who was, during daytime he was a minister, and at night he was brought into hell as one of the judges at the gates. So once he was saying that punishment the punishment for adultery is too heavy, right? Because it was the hell where the guys will be hugging onto the iron pillar, and then the iron pillar is scorching hot. Okay, and the ladies are on the iron plate, you know, flipped like burgers, and it is scorching hot, right? So this punishment is really horrendous. It's beyond the capacity of our imagination. You just, if you like to look at people cook in the kitchen or whatever, then if you see a piece of meat is being grilled on the um, pan, you know, then you'll be able to see how the pan, the heat actually curls up and cook the meat, right? You just imagine this is you. Okay, if you were to commit adultery, this is your punishment. So he thought that this is really too much, right? The penalty is too heavy. So he asked for the king of hates, okay, to see if they can lessen the punishment. Okay, at that time he didn't understand that what the punishment is all about. So King Yama out of mercy, he said, okay, I will bring you over to this prison, okay, this hell, for you to see for yourself um, how it is. Then you tell me how you would like to improve on it. Okay, so on the agreed time and date that night, the little ghost, I'll just call them little ghosts, okay, they were, you know, they didn't have cars back then, but they have these sedan chairs where they were carried. Okay, if you were to watch those ancient Chinese movies, right, those ministers and those super rich, ultra rich, they have their own grab car. Okay, and this grab car is a sedan chair, wooden chair, and then it has something like a roofing and covers with um, blinds to cover the side and things like this, comfortable with a seat inside, and carried by 4 people, front and back, front to back too. Okay, so they'll be carrying one on each side on those long bamboo like stilts, and then they just carry him, okay, came to collect him in those chairs and brought him to that hell. Okay, so when they reach, they just lower that chair, and then after that they just told him, minister, we are here. Okay, so he opened that, you know, there is a kind of a curtain that covers as the door. He opened the curtain and he looked, it was empty. Okay, the place that he went was empty. He looked around, totally blank. Okay, there was nothing there at all. So when he asked, I thought you were taking me there. And then the little ghost just said, yes, sir, we are already here. And at that moment, he understood. Okay, he did not commit adultery. Therefore, could not see and could not feel, experience, could not even hear a single sound of this hell, right? So those people who actually ended up in this hell was created by their own karma. If they did not commit the adultery, then this situation, this entire scene, okay, this entire setup will not appear before them. They will not be able to succeed in entering this hell. Okay, so this is just an understanding for you to know that whichever state that you created, whatever condition that you are experiencing, okay, it's not just about hell. Heaven is also the same. Okay, so that's why for those of us who are in Pure Land Buddhism, we keep thinking and we keep chanting Amitabha Buddha, because we want to create the karma in such a situation that we want only one destination, to go to Pure Land and to meet Amitabha Buddha. Okay, Amitabha Buddha. Okay, so that is our sole intention. There's nothing else at all. So when you commit a sin, anything that you committed is going to come back to you. Okay, manifesting itself in a way that it suits the karmic seed that you have planted. Okay, so um over here in this book, okay, what book is this for those who are not acquainted? This one, the hell scenes. Okay, so for those of you who has seen this book before, okay, there's an English version here, there's Chinese and English version, is multilingual. So the number 6, it says, the king of soldiers in the hells manifest from our own karma. People who have no causes to go to those hells do not experience the horrors of hells. These horrors are not there because of the kings of hells are cruel, or that they willingly inflict pain and suffering to the dead. The scenes of these hells are the manifestations of one's own karma. So you don't blame other people. Okay? You don't blame other people when you are faced with the horrific situation upon your death. Okay? You have no way to be able to say that it is not fair to you. Even in this mundane world itself, right here in this our very earth, our very existence in this lifetime, right? Anything that we face are actually due to our own karma. Okay, if let's say you have come from a rich birth, okay, it is not because you have done anything clever. You are born in there because in the past life you have planted the karmic seeds that allows you to be reborn in a good family, a family of wealth. But then if let's say you have given charity, but there is a lot of other things like being the family being argumentative, the family being, not supportive of each other. They fight about each other over the properties and things like this. So you can see that it is not just the society would have crafted. Okay, our mundane understanding is that the society has crafted the mindset until it becomes this way. Okay, but my question is, if everyone will experience the same kind of education, right from the start, everyone receives the same kind of education. We have been taught morality in the books, we have been taught morality in class, and then after that you blame it on society that the upbringing is such that they eventually become really nice people, or they become horrible people who are um, willing to sacrifice their integrity, willing to sacrifice their honesty and their, even their families, betray of friends and everything, just to be able to gain material profits. Okay, so who taught them? What created these circumstances? You can say that it's the society's way of teaching them. You can also say that it is succumb to these conditions, that the entire karmic event is actually creating the opportunity for them to come into contact with this kind of situations where they are being brainwashed. Okay, they could see there are other options. Okay, like for example, if you were to give a child, okay, right now a lot of children, some will teach you to bring your child to start learning how to earn their own money when they're young. Okay, not wrong. Okay, not wrong. But as long as you also infuse in it the values that make us human, okay, the values that are about morality, that makes us human and deserving of being called human, then it is no problem. Okay, the child can earn the money, and then he or she can earn the money and then use the money for um, to buy the things that he or she likes, or to give it to charity, okay, to help other people, and to not just look at profit as the all ends of the business. Okay, probably you can see some children, they just find that, oh, this person, I am doing this business, and then this person just lack of some money, just a little bit. Okay, so it's okay, you just give me what it is, and then I'll give you as a free gift for in addition for something else. Okay, this is based on, because the child is still very pure. Okay, thus they know that it is giving is natural, right? So you have to allow the child to continue with this kind of pure intentions, allow the child to have this kind of innocence, okay, to believe in humanity. Okay, but in certain countries, when you teach the child business, the first thing that the father will teach the child is that look at money as if it's everything else, then nothing else matters except for benefit and profits. Okay, that is when the child will discard everything else, everything about morality, and he may be um, successful in terms of money, but eventually, without the morality, without the integrity, without everything else, right? Without a heart, the purity, he lost the purity of the heart, the very nature inside, because you have covered the child's nature with a lot of layers of things about talking about profit margin, talking about um, getting the highest value, maximizing everything, right? So there are a lot of layers that you have covered the natural person inside this child. So this child grows up a little bit cold, all right? So regardless of whether you're talking about relatives or friends, whatever, okay, you are only thinking in terms of profit and everything. And eventually, uh, a while later, you will, if you were to look at the story of this child, if let's say he is just all about the money, all about the profit, you'll find that the people around him are also only with him to profit from him. Okay, even if there is anybody who is genuine to him, all right, I'm sure you would like your child to have a wife who, or a husband who is genuinely in love, okay, who wants to give protection, who wants all the good in the world for your child. But you have taught the child about maximizing profit. So when this child meets somebody with a heart, okay, whose intention is only to take care, to love and everything, this child will just maximize, okay? He'll just reap all the profits of it, reap all the benefits of it. But he will be only doing minimal investments because that's what you taught your child, right? And when you do that, the child eventually, the partner that the child has found, eventually finds that this person is very selfish. And your child experiences the situation where the spouse no longer love him, okay, or maybe even if there was initial true love, right, eventually it will end up in a broken marriage, okay. And finally, when you look around, all right, those people around you are only around you when you have profit to share with them, okay. And your child grows up, he could not understand what is love, he could not understand why the relationship that he has experienced, probably like somebody who may have gotten married and divorced, or gotten partners, right? Because now in Western countries, they are marriage is not very popular, so they get partners, and then these partners that they get are just looking for profit, right? So even if they meet the right one, the person who is able to sacrifice themselves for this person, and it will only want this person to sacrifice as much as possible without giving out. So eventually, the people that they meet will be the very kind of people that they are. Okay, so whatever karma seeds that you have planted, it will manifest itself by the people around you, by the events around you. Okay, remember that in the Infinite Lifetime Sutra, I've also already explained everything is one with us. It is all based on our own manifestations. Okay, our own thoughts, our own karmic seeds that we have planted. So same goes here. Now in this entire thing, when we're talking about karma, it applies to whether you're talking about Infinite Lifetime Sutra or you're talking about the hell scenes. Okay, hell scenes is also a manifestation, just as Infinite Lifetime, the Pure Land is also manifestations. Okay, of your own karmic seeds. All right. So we talk about the first hall in the house, the hall of King Ching Guang. Okay, who is King Ching Kung? Okay, here in the first hall in the house, the length of life, the level of auspiciousness, and the punishments in the house are decided. All sinful souls are brought to King Ching Guang to be tried and sentenced accordingly. These souls will be punished in the house and to have the karma reduced. If souls can balance the bad deeds with the good ones, they can be sent to the 10th hall to await rebirth. Okay, so the moment when you die, okay, the moment where your soul, or something for your understanding, okay, we'll just say that your soul just escapes from this physical body, and then your physical body is considered dead, okay, and medically certified dead. So when your soul leaves your body, you are dead, and then they do all the funeral rites and what, and you, having left the body, you don't think that it is the end of it all. Okay, your soul, which I will now refer to it as your energy, okay, that energy is not going to stop. The energy cannot stop. Okay, remember the analogy that I used of the electricity. Okay, the energy will not stop. It will manifest itself in another form of existence, and this form of existence, the moment that you have escaped from your physical body, okay, the manifestation is such that it will then become a formless manifestation. Some in movies, you will see that in Chinese movies, you'll see that there is a horse, and there is a horse face figure, human figure, and 牛头马面马牛cow goat, no cow, a cow face, a bull's face, and then another one is a horse face, and then they have human bodies, and then they will be dragging this soul, this manifestation of the formless being, into hell, into King Ching Kong's first hall for the judgment. Okay, so when you reach there, it is something like a court. Okay, the court that you will see on your TV or whatever. Okay, you just go there, and then your good and your bad deeds are all being shown in front of you. Okay, the good that you have done, the bad that you have done, and then it will all be weighted. If your good deeds have already surpassed your bad deeds, okay, that means you will be sent to the 10th hall for reincarnation, okay, for rebirth. Rebirth will also depend on what kind of karma that you have planted. Of course, you remember we have already spoken about the 6 rooms of existence. Okay, so hell is one room, Animals is another realm. Ghosts is another realm. And then there is also the human realm, the Ashura realm, and the heavenly realms, the six realms of existence. So it is by this that you will either, when you go down there to be judged, you will go into either animal or insect or animals, those are in the same categories, or you go into a human rebirth. Okay, so you will be weighted over there, and you cannot hire a lawyer. There's no way for you to hire a lawyer because everything that is being recorded in your life is more meticulous than you can ever know with any supercomputers in this world. You can't do that. Okay, in human world, when we are doing record keeping, we have document control, right? But even documents are prone to errors. Okay, even if you have systems where you will try to create things like Pokayoke. Okay, for those who are in manufacturing environment and who did Lean Six Sigma and project management and everything, then you know that there's something which we call the Pokayoke, which is to foolproof the system so that even the most um, worker, a worker who just daydream, not bringing his brain to work, okay, yeah, there are people like that. So daydreaming the whole day, not really working, and then even if they use this system, it will still be foolproof. So the error that will be created by this person using this system that has already gone through Pokeyoke improvement is not going to create any error. Okay, so it is more powerful than this, right? Because it is an entire reflection of your entire life. Okay, so there's no way of escaping. You don't even think about trying to bribe your way to it. Remember, the money that you have gained over here is not going to help you down there. You can bribe. Okay, even if in the Chinese community some of you were saying I will go burn a lot of money in the seventh month. Okay, a lot of effigy money, a lot of material things, so that when I go down there, then I will be able to have all the riches, and I will not get into trouble. Okay, that is if you end up in the ghost realm. Okay, but if you are already at this hell, at this hall, you are not able to utilize. It's just like your immigration office, a strict immigration office where there is no corruption. Okay, so you have to go through everything, the screening and everything, your length of life, whether you are leading a good life or a bad life, and how you have responded to this. Okay, each and every one of us are presented with the situations where the karmic events happening to us is actually due to our past life, what we have done in our past life, and the choice that we have is how we react to it. Okay, if let's say we are presented with a situation where it is unfavorable, where people bully us, they look down on us, they despise us, they frame us, they say things gaslighting us, they um, do things to discredit us, they create rumors about us and stuff like this. If we are able to just accept it, and then after that disregard them, okay, that means you don't bother, you don't hold a grudge, you don't care at all. Okay, all these things will pass. Okay, it is like a test. If you don't pass the test, if somebody retaliates, somebody does something bad to you and you retaliate, it will set off the cycle. This cycle already started. If you continue with it, you will retaliate, the other person will retaliate again, and it will become a cycle. But if this person says something bad about you, you just stop it right there. There is no cycle. Okay, it just stops. So it is your choice. Okay, whether you want to lead a good life or you want to have an argumentative fighting kind of life is all up to you actually. So that is your choice that you have. Some people will say that whether to be rich or to be poor is also my choice. It's true, right? Rich or poor is also your choice. But whether you are rich or you're poor, I will say that it's not a measure by materialistic measurements. Okay, living a rich life does not mean that you need to have that millions and billions of dollars in your bank account. And if you have billions and billions in your bank account, it also does not guarantee that you're going to be happy, right? It doesn't guarantee that you are leading a fulfilling life. Okay, it just means that you have a lot of tools to be used, and how you use it will all determine how your karma will be in your um, future. Okay, it could be in this life or it could be in your next life. Okay, so all this will be punished in the health and to have the karma reduced. If let's say you have committed sins that are punishable, okay, your bad deeds are more than your good deeds, okay, you will need to be punished. Of course, you need to be punished. You think what? Right. Okay, so when we look at how this is done, okay, no one can hide in front of the karma mirror. The cunning and deceitful people will be exposed. When one dies, nothing could be retained except one's karma. All of our bad deeds will be exposed in the karma mirror. No one can deny anything. As I've said, you can't find a lawyer to help you fight any case when you're down in the first hall. In front of King Jin Kung, there is a mirror. Okay, that mirror will run through the records of your entire life. Okay, so it will show the good that you have done, the bad that you have done, and then even if in the mortal world you are able to escape the sentence of a prison because you fabricated some evidence to make you innocent in a case, you can't do that in hell. In fact, this um, very act of creating fabrication of the evidence to escape the punishment in the mortal world will be reflected as a sin in front of this mirror. Okay, the first and most important good deed is filial piety. The most serious sins of all is to commit suicide. It's foolish and also agonizing for one to commit suicide. The suffering after suicide is more painful. One will suffer the pain of suicide repeatedly because one has yet to repay the four great kindnesses: the kindnesses of one's parents, teachers, country, and all other beings. If one commits suicide without fulfilling one's duty, not only will the parents be heartbroken, the spouse and children will lead miserable lives. Therefore, this sin is exceptionally severe. Okay. Four great kindness: the kindness of one's parents, teachers, countries, and all other beings. How is this about the country? Okay, kindness of parents we know. Okay, without them we won't be brought into this world. Okay, even though relationships are based on four kinds of relationship, either you are here to collect a kindness or repay a kindness, collect a debt or to repay a debt. Okay, these four kinds of relationships. So, but without them, okay, without their karma and your karma combined together, you'll not be able to manifest yourself in this physical existence in this world. So when you manifest yourself in this existence in this world, you have to make good use of it. You have to be thankful that you're given the opportunity to be able to redeem for whatever sins that you have committed in the past life. Okay, and to be able to have the opportunity of being in contact with so many things, like there are so many religions in this world. I don't mind if you are picking some other religions. It's okay. Any religion, as long as you practice it correctly, it will lead you to goodness. Okay, you will abstain from, every religion tells you to abstain from evil deeds. Okay, and it doesn't matter which religion, as long as you're here, you are doing good, you are repaying this kindness of being able to reborn. Okay, your you look at some people now, they have the opportunity to bear a child, but they choose abortion. Okay, when they choose abortion, the child who's supposed to have the opportunity to be able to come to this world and then to be able to um, repay the sins, or repay the gratitude or the kindness, or to just take the opportunity to, you know, close whatever um, repercussions, whatever kind of retributions. They have the opportunity to become human and to be able to resolve whatever karmic energy that is bringing them over here. Okay, they have that, and they also have the opportunity to become a bodhisattva or become somebody who is very useful to the society, setting an example for this, for society, or it could be somebody of a great leader of some kind. But because of the abortion, you are stripping away the opportunity of this child to be able to do this. And in return, what happens is that the unborn child, okay, the soul, the energy of this existence, the unborn will feel anger because you have terminated his life because before the opportunity for him to do all these things. Okay, so he becomes angry and then he wants to have revenge on you, and that's how your life starts becoming miserable. Okay, but on the other hand, you look at all these people who, the parents of the children of what we are now. Okay, the parents, after they have um, started to bring in their karmic energies, their karmic events that unite them as husband and wife, and then they have the opportunity to just right meet with your present karmic circle that enables you to become their child, and the mother has to bear you for 9-10 months, okay, with everything that's in there. When the mother bore a child in the body when she's pregnant, the moment she drinks cold water, it feels like freezing inside the womb for the child. Okay, the moment she drinks hot water, it feels like burning in hell for the child as well. So it is, while people think that it is, you have the opportunity to be reborn as human, but during this um, being inside the womb, okay, as a fetus, the experience is a lot of pain. Okay, so that's why a lot of people like the Chinese communities and Japanese communities and whatever the Asian communities, they will teach you, you need to educate the child right from the start, from the womb. Okay, you have to take care of the child to make sure that you are kept warm enough, but you are not too cold. Okay, so the food and everything will have to be nourishing to take care of this child, because this child potentially either comes to collect debt from you, or to repay a debt that they owe you, or to collect your kindness, or to repay your kindness. So if you understand that, you'll be able to treat this child very well right from the start when it's in your womb. Okay, then after that, this is the kindness. When the mother bears a child, some of the nutrients of her own body is being transferred into the child. Okay, so you see some women, after they've given birth, their bone mass actually reduced, their hair falls out, and things like this. It's because all the nutrients that they have were given to the child. Okay, so that's why you need to have their heart to repay their kindness of bringing you into this existence. Okay, to give you the opportunity to become human. Then there's also the kindness of the teachers, not just the teachers in school. Okay, like for example, like my teacher, I have a lot of teachers, my colleagues who are teaching me things every single day to ease my work in this mundane world. My teacher, okay, even though I've never met him in person, Venerable Master Chin Kung, but I am also grateful to those who have created the channels on YouTube for me to be able to meet him virtually this way through his videos, to listen to his preachings, okay, and to be able to learn the sutra this way. Okay, I'm ever grateful to them. And I want to repay this kindness because Master Chin Kung is preaching on the Infinite Lifetime Sutra and about the Pure Land Buddhism. So I'm repaying his kindness by being a disciple of Amitabha Buddha of Infinite Lifetime Sutra, using Infinite Lifetime Sutra to learn my way into Pure Land Buddhism. Okay, to learn my way into one day being accepted by Amitabha into his Pure Land world. Okay, and then other teachers, if you talk about other teachers, like those in the mundane world, those teachers who, like yesterday, I have this my ex-colleague who was my ex-boss taught me about CNB in human resources compensation benefits, because I have never touched that field before. But he took the time, okay? He took the time to come over to meet me at the cafe, and my treating him the breakfast, okay, and my giving him a present is nothing compared to the knowledge that he imparted to me. Okay, it's nothing compared to the time they spent to teach me the right things. Okay, I'm really grateful for that. And then also, like my past past ex-boss who taught me, who nurtured me in the 8 years while I was being a marketing communications person, gave me opportunities to learn presentations and things like this, gave me opportunity to speak in public. So that's why today I'm able to speak in public very comfortably, and I can actually, do this on video this way without, I don't feel anything like too self-conscious or anything. To be honest with you, when I am doing this video, I'm looking directly into that small tiny hole in the camera, as the camera over there. I can't look at myself in the screen. I don't even bother to look at myself in the screen. So if my hair goes haywire or anything, I won't know until the end of the video. Okay, but I don't care. I just speak, right? And most of the time after I have spoken and when I do the editing, you will notice that all the videos are one take. Okay, except for the front um, design and also the back closing cover design. The middle part itself is without any cuts most of the time, unless I'm taking a phone call or anything. But most of the time is without any cut, and it's just one take through. Okay, but all these things come with the opportunity I was given when I was younger to present in front of crowds, to present in front of people who are, at that time I was in building construction industry. So I was presenting to interior designers, I was presenting to um, architects who are older than me, who are more experienced than me, and in front of engineers who are subject matter experts. And I have to present to them as if I'm the expert in my field. I just have to be able to convince them, okay, with the kind of confidence, and to be able to convince them that my product is actually the best in the market that they can get, okay, for them to spec my products, the products that I was selling into their projects, okay. So that was the opportunity given to me to be able to become a presenter that way. Okay, so I'm thankful for every single encounter, every single I will say, yeah, I can use the word encounter, whether it's a longer term encounter, the period of time is longer or period of time is short, it doesn't really matter, because the most important thing is that I was given the opportunity, and all these people that I agent is just like just touch surface, even those that I just surfacely touch base with, okay, they each have something to teach me. Okay, every single job that I go to have something to teach me, some new skills, something new for me to pick up. Okay, some opportunity for me to learn, to become better, and to be able to use this for my next job. And my next job, and probably I'm nearing my retirement. I'm already 48, so I'm wondering if I would go into retirement at 55 or I'm going to retirement at 60. I'm not sure, but regardless, as long as I'm alive, I'm going to use my knowledge and whatever to try to make those who are going to benefit from it to benefit from it. Okay, like for example, my presentation skills and my ability to be able to speak about this um about this Dhamma, understanding of the Dhamma books, okay, allow me to come into this YouTube channel and to be able to speak all these things to you guys. I don't know how many people are going to watch this. I also am not going to count on it. I will not put advertisements just to boost my ratings, because my intention is not to become a YouTuber influencer or anything like that. Okay, my intention is just to share the knowledge of this, okay, to let you guys know, whoever comes in touch with this channel, it comes in touch with this video, to be able to see that, oh, there is such a thing as the Infinite Lifetime Sutra, there's such a thing as hell, there's such a thing as heaven, there's such a thing as everything else, okay, in them, something which we label as metaphysics, okay. So that is teachers, country. Okay, if we look at the country, right, we need to be grateful that we are given the opportunity to live in the land. Okay, a lot of people, when we look at country now, the kings are the people who have to rule over. Okay, and in their ruling over, they have to take care that each of us are being protected. Okay, protected from the weather, protected against any attacks from external, right? So if you look at the country as a whole, the ruler of the country, it can be the king in the past, right? It can be, now we have an entire cabinet with the prime minister or the president and everything, whatever you call it, and the ministers who are supposed to be working tirelessly for the effort of public good. Okay, so these public servants, they are working to make sure that we have housing, to make sure that we have roads, to make sure that we have water, electricity, education opportunity, employment opportunity, investments from the outside, to be able to build companies and manufacturing and whatever or not, just to ensure that we have sufficient money for food, for shelter, for clothing, to meet our basic needs, technically speaking. Okay, so they are working on their sphere, okay, to be able to provide for us so that we can do our jobs, so that we can live our living. So we need to be thankful that for that. Okay, we don't condemn the government, right? They may have decisions that they have done in the past that are wrong. Individual, they are wrong. Okay, individual, they have committed the sin. But if you to look at the entirety of it, okay, you can't just put the entire blame of a single individual into the entire country. Okay, you hold a passport or you hold identity card of country, so you should be thankful that you have such a card, such an identity. If you were to look at all those who are seeking refugee outside, who are um stateless people, okay, you just look at them everywhere, nobody wants them. Everybody can only live in a temporary shelters or places that are not even fully equipped or anything. They don't enjoy the full facilities, utilities like we do. Okay, they don't. So we need to be thankful that the country is doing that for us. We need to be thankful, like for example, recently our Malaysian's prime minister, he visited China, and China is going to work with Malaysia to build a railroad. Okay, I'm really happy about that because I've always thought about that. Some people ask me, do I like to travel? No, I don't really like to travel because it involves um, airplanes. I don't like airplanes because for a few hours you're being stuck there high up in the air with nothing to do. I get restless, and before the flight you have to be at the airport like 2 hours, or minimum domestic flight 1 hour before time and things like that. I don't like to waste time. Okay, I value time a lot because that is the only thing that is real to me. Okay, even when I say real, it is not entirely real because time is also a concept. But I am racing against my own destiny of being able to um, go to Western Pure Land, to go into Amitabha's world. So for me, my entire existence, okay, whatever span that I have in this existence, I don't know. So every single moment to me is valuable. Okay, so I don't like the wait. But if you ask me, how do you want to go on an adventure if I have the opportunity to? I will tell you that I would like to take the train. Okay, I want to take the train, to be in the train and to enjoy the scenery out there, to be able to read a book, or to be able to just sit and look out the window and then to chant my Amitabha for, without having to, be up there in the air, to see people, to be able to interact with people. I like train rides. So when it is said that China and Malaysia are going to build a railway, I'm so thrilled. I'm so happy. So I'm very thankful for the government to. Hopefully the railroad will be complete in within a few years. Okay, then I will be able to enjoy while I'm still in this existence. Okay, so thankful to the country and all other beings being not just those that you see, not just those that are human. Okay, we're talking about the non-human as well. I'm very thankful to my two dogs because they teach me things. Okay, I'm thankful to my tortoise as well because even though my tortoise is non-verbal, even though my tortoise is just every day in the whatever little aquarium that I can afford to put him in, and eating the little pellets and everything, he taught me things as I observe. Okay, my two dogs also teach me things while I observe them. Okay, and they give me the love and everything. They take care of me, and I take care of them, and there is interaction and everything. So I'm thankful for them. Even insects, all right, animals that are just out there. Okay, the everything fills up the entire ecosystem. So we have to be thankful that they are there to balance up the entire ecosystem so that we are able to still stay alive today. Okay, if you don't like plants, you just imagine if plants don't exist, you don't have oxygen, right? So that's why during the time when there's the revolution of the industrial revolution, so people started cutting down trees, and then you realize the oxygen level has gone down and things like this, the weather becomes warmer, there's global warming and things like this, right? So we need to be appreciative of the trees. Okay, then we say that it's about the insects. They want to kill all the insects because the insects are the nuisance, but some insects will actually be um, helping you to spread the spores so that you get to enjoy the beautiful flowers. Okay, and then they have the bees are collecting the honey that you all like so much. And then there's also fishes in the sea taking care of the ecosystem, right? Where you, and then all the other animals, naturally when animals die, okay, their carcass will be on the ground, and then it will be merged with the ground, and then they'll become minerals for the ground to be able to plant crops and whatever else, vegetations, everything else. Okay, it's a balance of the ecosystem. So you can't say that you don't like any of them. You need to be thankful. You need to be grateful for every one single being. And then these are only those beings that you see. Okay, I'm also talking about the beings that you don't see. Beings like, okay, even in this room, as we share this Dhamma talk, right? You don't see with your naked eyes. Even if I were to put up the recording after this, right? We don't see anything on screen besides me, one person talking to you this way on the video. Okay, but there are other beings that can be the I will say that probably my guardians are overlooking at me. Okay, probably there are deities overlooking at me. Probably there is already a collection of a lot of other devas and even nagas. Okay, all listening to what I'm sharing with you right now. Okay, I'm not surprised if there is. All right, and they will also be able to help me to make sure that I stay alert so that I don't say the wrong things to you. Or there can also be, in temples, sometimes you will listen to stories like they have um, ghosts. Okay, the ghosts would like to listen to the Dhamma as well, and they could not enter the main hall. All right, as told by Master Chin Kung earlier. Okay, they could not enter the main hall. So what they did was that the disciples, they set up one room at another floor, and they have the video being played. Okay, it's like your live um video. Okay, live session, live streaming, right? While Master Chin Kung was talking, the congregation itself, the entire room is filled with humans, and also with the devas and the bodhisattvas and whoever that were listening to Master Chin Kung sharing his dharma. And in a separate room, it is darker, and it has a television where the lower room beings, the ghosts, will be able to go there and listen to the dharma. Okay, they benefit from it as well, as much as we all do. Okay, and according to Master Chin Kung, it's so much easier to teach ghosts more than you were to teach humans, because ghosts, they know. Alright, it is their too late situation where they could no longer redeem themselves in the physical manifestations. They become ghosts. So they know, and it is so much easier to teach them, to guide them into goodness compared to us, because we don't know yet. Okay, we still don't know unless it's already too late, like them becoming ghosts, and after that only we are able to accept and to know that, oh, it is true. All right, so when we are talking about all these things, okay, we are being grateful to all these, the four great kindness that we have to repay. Without repaying them, okay, every single waking moment of our life, we need to be repaying them. Okay, for the goodness that they have been showing to us, for the support that they have for us, for every single thing that they are teaching us. But if, let's say, somebody were to commit suicide, you are stopping your own karma from repaying the kindness of these four. You stop, you halt. So you owe them, you still owe them a lot, and it's going to be miserable for you because your lifespan have not reached. And if you were to commit suicide, your lifetime has not reached. The very first punishment is that you need to repeat the very act of your suicide every single day at the very same hour until your lifespan, your actual lifespan is reached. Okay, let's say for example a person's lifespan is supposed to be 80 years old, but at 30 years old he committed suicide by slitting his wrist. Okay, so that very day, upon his first day of slashing his wrist and losing his life, every single day at the very same time, for the rest of the from that moment until where he was supposed when he was supposed to be um lifespan of 80 years old, the very day that where he was supposed to die originally, every single day for the next 50 years, he every single day he will be slitting his wrist and dying the same time, at the same way, at the same day. Okay, endlessly until he reached that. Then he'll be brought into the hells, and then after that he'll have to repay the sins and everything. Okay, so it's not that simple. It's not that you just die and then after that everything seems to be resolved. It's not like that. Okay, so next, um now what, 50 minutes. Okay, so we're going to continue with the scene of hell scenes talk. Okay, at number 10, a chaotic world begins with the loss of conscience and the lack of moral education. We're going to continue with that in our next episode. So for today we're gonna end here and with a happy note. Have a good day. Okay, we'll see you again next week. Thank you very much, and Amitofo.